Hello, my name is Enos and welcome back to my channel. This is Work and Wonder. If this is your first time, please make sure you click on the subscription button and turn on the notification bell. Anytime I post a video, you'll be notified and you'll come straight here and take a look at whatever video that I have posted. So I'm going to continue with the mental health Osce today, and today I'll be doing the part 2 of the overview of the implementation station. As I said in the very first video, implementation station is one of the most failed stations in the mental health Osce, and I had people contacting me and asking why. So in this video, I am going to tell you some of the things that people do or they fail to do, and at the end they end up failing the implementation station. So let's go straight into the video. Alright, so I'm going to go straight to the very first thing on the item, which is people get beaten by time. A lot of people are not able to finish within the 15 minutes, and at the end they are not able to do some one or two things that they were supposed to do, and that automatically fails them. So make sure you are able to do everything that you're supposed to do in the implementation station within this 15 minutes. One of the reasons why they get beaten by time is they overread. When they give you the prescription, watch or look at the prescription very well. Those ones that you are supposed to administer, make sure you read those ones into detail. But if, let's say, paracetamol is not due your time, you can see that I can see you're on paracetamol 500 grams or 1 gram, but then it is not due my time, and then you can move straight to the next prescription and then you start reading. And also make sure that you always get your papers in order. The papers are not stapled, but they have numbers on them, so make sure they have paper 1, paper 2, paper 3. If you mix them and then you keep on reading, or you start to read, it can also contribute to wasting your time. And then the next one is not documenting. Obviously, if you are not able to finish within the 15 minutes, then you might end up not documenting some things. Or some people are also able to finish all right, but they end up not documenting some one or two things. The very first thing that you will document is your name, your initial, and then your signature on the page 2. When you open it, there's a portion for those administering the medication. You can always fill that one straight away. So don't say that you want to finish reading all the cardex or all the prescription before you come and write your name. Once you get to that part, you are reading to the patient and you get to that part, make sure you just write your name, your signature, and then you just put the base, whether it's an acute ward, chronic ward, or whatever it is. You can fill that one straight away. So make sure you fill that as you read. Then the second thing, the fourth one, is the 5 R's, which is the right patient, right dose, right time, right route. People fail a lot because of this, the 5 R's, which in the marking criteria, it is categorically stated that you have to capture all these 5 R's: the patient, the drug, the dose, the time, and then the route. And how do you do this? First of all, when you confirm the patient's name, what is your name? Then the patient tells you, okay, I can confirm that I am with the right patient. When you bring back the medication, when you pick it, you have to verbalize, this is paracetamol, 500 milligrams. You are prescribed 1 gram, which is the dosage. Therefore, I am going to give you 2 of these tablets. And this is a medication you have to take by mouth, or it is what? Per oral. You've also told us the route, and this medication is to be given at 10 o'clock, which is due now. So you've also said your time. What people do forget is that they will tell us the dosage, but they don't tell us the time, or they won't even tell you the route. And once you don't tell us the route, you don't tell us the time, those 2 R's are not captured, and they can fail you for that. So when it comes when the review come and they say that you did not complete the 5 R's, you'll be like, oh, but I talked about the dose, I talked about whatever, forgetting that you did not tell us that this is due at 10 o'clock or it's due at 12 o'clock, which was supposed to be the time. Once one of them is missing, they can fail you for that. And then the next thing I'll talk about is inconsistency. What do we mean by inconsistency? Well, on the very first page, you write your name, you write your signature, you write your initial, you write the base. Now you get to the prescription itself. You've given, let's say, paracetamol, and you are going to sign. Then you put a signature which is different from the one you put on the first page, where you were supposed to put your name, your initial, and your signature. Now you have 2 signatures. That is inconsistency, and then they can fail you for that. You cannot write or you cannot input 3 signatures. So what it will mean is that it's somebody that gave the medication and somebody that wrote his name on the first page. So make sure whatever initials you are putting on the first page or the second page, those are the same initials you are going to put at where you are supposed to sign, or inside the cardex. If there is any place you're supposed to put initials or signatures, make sure it is the same as the one you input at the second page, which captured the person administering the medication. Then the next one is not coding. Basically what coding is that a medication is due your time, but for 1 or 2 reasons you cannot administer that medication. It could be that the medication is not available, the patient is not there, the patient has refused it, there is no bleep number, there is no signature, there is no doctor's name. So all these are reasons why you cannot give. And in the cardex or in the prescription, they have stated categorically what they've given code number 1, code number 2. For instance, code number 1 is that the medication is not available. Code number 5 is that once only, or the medication has been given as a once only already. Code number 6 says that the prescription is incorrect. That is where the signature or GMC number or the name is not available. So they've given numbers, and then these numbers state specifically a reason, or it gives a reason. So if for any reason you are not able to give this medication, you go and look at the code and look at where the reason fits, and then you just write that number there, and then you can put the date. That is what is known as coding. So if the reason for you not being able to administer is that the medication is unavailable, which is supposed to be 1, and then you go in input 6, which is prescription is incorrect, then what it also means is that you are using the wrong code, and you can also fail for that. So make sure that the reason fits into the code. Now the next one is confirming patient's name when you are about to give the medication. People always remember to ask the patient their name when they walk into the room. They are doing their initial checks, which is your hand rub, scene safety. You ask the patient the name, and then you confirm with the wristband and all of that. People always remember to do that. But when they get the medication and then they come back and they are about to administer the medication, you are likely to forget that you are supposed to confirm the patient's name again. Because the assumption is that you talk to the patient, you go to the treatment room and get the medication. When you come back, it could be that you've missed your way and you are now in another patient's room. So you have to confirm that you are actually with that same patient that you were talking to. Even though in exam situation you might not go out, but that is the assumption. So make sure that when you come back with your medication, you ask the patient, what is your name again? And once the patient says, my name is ABCD, and it's still the same name on the prescription, then you can say that I can confirm that I am still with the right patient. If you forget this, you are going to get failed, or you are going to fail. And a lot of people do fail because they do not reconfirm the patient's name when they come with the medication and they are about to administer it. Then the 9th one is assumptions. People do assume a lot. They come, they see 500 grams on the prescription and they are assuming that is 500 milligrams. Never assume. If the doctor's name is not there, don't assume that the doctor forgot and didn't write his name, so you go ahead and give the medication. Never assume anything in this exam situation. Once you assume and you give the medication, it is considered as a serious medication error and you will be failed. So no assumptions here. If it is grams and it's supposed to be milligrams, make sure you confirm with the assessor. If the assessor says consider it as milligrams, then that one is correct. But if the assessor says that is how it is, then what it means is that it's 500 grams and that's an overdose. You cannot give it. So for that reason, you would have to code that medication. Then the last one is hand rub. A lot of people do forget this, especially at the last part where you are done with everything and you need to do another hand rub according to the WHO guidelines. People do forget it, and once you forget it, you are going to also get failed for this. And then a very important one is allergy. Allergy is non-negotiable in implementation. If you forget to ask for allergy, then you will be failed. And even on the Codex, there's a part of it there that talks about allergy. So in implementation, I don't know, or there is no reason for you to forget to ask about allergy, because there's a portion in the Codex which the allergy is there, and then you can see the reaction that the patient gets when he takes that. Yesterday, or in my other video, I showed where you can find all these things. So please make sure you also ask for allergies. So these are the 11 things that if you fail to do, then you can be failed in your implementation station. So please make sure that you go through all these things. When you are done, make sure that your documentation is right, and even the documentation, make sure it is in the right box. There's a box there where you have to input your signature and then the date. Make sure you are writing the signature in that provided box and the date in it. If you write it in any other place, that is also wrong documentation, and you can also be failed for that. So basically, these are the things. If you get all this right, then I'm very sure that you'll be able to pass your implementation station. Implementation station, in fact, is one of the cheapest stations in the mental health Osce. Please make sure you do these things and you'll be able to pass. I hope you've been able to learn something out of this video. And most definitely, if you have not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. My name is Enos and this is Work and Wonder. Next time, I'll come your way with a video on the evaluation station of the mental health Osce. Until we see ourselves again, it's a bye for now.